Hi there, it's Jake from KrakatoaDesignsHD, and I am bringing you the third episode in my montage editing series. And in this one, it's going to be like an editing clip, like kind of an ending clip of your edit, and get me words out. And so I best crack on because it's going to be a bit of a long one. Right. So for this thing, you're gonna have to, if you've still got the same project from last time, you're gonna have to change a few things in this initial composition first. Also, we're gonna be using trapcode form. So if you don't have that, go download it. You can get it from Red Giant software. Just Google it and you can find it. It's about $200. Or if you have like an older version of trapcode form and you want a newer version, I think you can upgrade for $100. So it's not too bad, considering the effects you can do with it. Right, so for this tutorial, I'm gonna have to change a few things. Right, I'm gonna go to composition settings. I'm gonna change the length to 12 seconds. Right. Just pan this out so we get to see the whole thing, and I'm hoping this works. Yeah, right. You want to bring this across to there, to the very end, basically. I'm going to bring the bulge across, the null light across, and the color correction across. Right. Just so we know what it's going to look like. Right. So once you've got that done, you want to disable the color correction, and then click this. First of all, save your project. Right, and then click your composition, copy it, and paste it twice. Right, that one you want to rename it to alpha, and this one you want to rename it to displace. Right. Right, now you've got a composition, new composition. You want to make it 16 seconds, and everything else the same. Right, then you want to drag all of these into your composition, if it will let you. Oh, I might have to do it one by one. Yep. No, I don't want to drag comp one. No, that's why it wouldn't let me. I was trying to drag my composition into the composition that it is. Right, so there we go. There's our composition in there with the color correction turned off. Right, I'll just bring it down to a quarter, just so it's a lot easier for the quality and the render speeds. Hopefully by the end it doesn't kick into the final kill cam. Oh wait, it does, but it's not really important. Right, so once you've got that done, you're going to create a layer, new, solid. Make comp size OK. Then you want to go to Effect, Trapcode, Form. As you can see, you've got a little cube in the middle. What you're going to do is open up Base Form, change size X to 1280 and size Y to 720. Size Z, put it at 0. Right, once you've done that, close down Base Form, open up Fractal Field, put Flow Z to 50, Displacement Mode to XYZ Individual, and F Scale to 15. Once you've done that, you can close down Fractal Field and open up Layer Maps. For Color and Alpha, for the layer you want to select Alpha, and then open it up again. For Displacement, oh wait, no, sorry. Go back into Color and Alpha. Functionality, RGBA to RGBA, and map over XY. 2 seconds. Right, there we go, it's got the alpha. Right, and then for displacement, you want to go to individual XYZ, map over XY, and layer for Z, displace. I'll check that, it still looks like that. Right. Right. Just checking these are right, because it seems to be a bit funny. Right, yeah, I know what I've done. Right, so once you've done that, sorry about that, you want to go to base form. Particles in X, you want to put it at 1 to 80, and particles in Y, you want to put it to 720. Particles in Z, change it to 0. And it will render that out, and if you remove all of your composition layers, it will have this. See that? If you put it to full, it will take a little time to render out because it's lots of particles. Right, there we go. Right. If you go back to fractal field and do, I think it's X displace, yeah. You can see it changes like that. If you really drag it up, it will really displace the image to the point where it's like non-recognizable. Just give it a second because there's lots of particles there. I mean, like thousands and thousands. So you see that? That's what it should look like. Right, if you set these back down to 0, 0, 0, 0. There you go. Right. Once that's done, you're going to close down fractal field and then open up base form. I'm just going to check stuff. Just make sure you've got everything the same as this basically. Because if you make a mistake now, it's worse later. Just because of the way it works, it's harder to correct later. Just letting you know that. Just double check. I'm just going to try particle size at 2. Sorry about this, but let's see what it's like. Right, it's not. It's way too bright. 1. Right. Once that's done, you want to go to. You want to go up fractal field. Right, and then you want to add keyframes for X, Y, and Z displace. And you want to go up to particle and add a keyframe for opacity. If you go to base form, it might be here. No, it's not. I need to find strength. Oh, it must be here. Right. Never mind, that doesn't really make a difference. Right. Back to the tutorial. If you go into black solid and press U, it brings up your keyframes. Right. For this, you want to find where you want the because basically what we're going to do is we're going to make the image explode and then reassemble itself into the credits. Right, so we'll find at the end. Find the end. I'm going to put the quality down just so it's a lot quicker. End. Want to find a good 2 seconds at the end where it's there's just a good 2 seconds at the end basically. Have a look at full. Just to double check it's not too bad. Right. That's full. So, itch it, yeah. Right. What you want to do is at full, select keyframes for all of these around about there. Right. Then, if we go to the end here, you want to add bring up the X, Y and Z displays really far. I mean like really really far. Maybe not that far, but you get my drift. If you hold shift it makes it move the numbers quicker. Right, I've done mine about 3,000. So I'm just going to let that render out quick and so it can show me what it's doing. And it should come up like loads of particles flying around. It's just going to take a while to do. Right. If I have a look halfway through, it's going to take a while because in the last tutorial that's why I said it's going to be a long one, because this one is lengthy. So if you want to skip a bit, that's up to you. Just find out where I start talking again. Right. Seems okay. I'm gonna have to have a look at full. Sorry about this. You can skip forward about 10 days, and then it'll show you full. Come on. Sorry about this. But yeah. Right. Okay, seems not too bad. Okay, sorry, I don't really plan my tutorials. I just tend to do them. So I'll bring it back down to quarter. It still takes a day to render it on quarter. Nevertheless, I'll right. If you jump to this last keyframe again, oh well, that was good. And then bring the opacity down to 0, and then that's all for that so far. I'll come back to that in a minute. Right, then you want to add a layer, new, text, and just write something like that. Just gonna do these. Do whatever you like. You can kind of do the same with the image file instead of a text layer. It's the same steps. So, you know. Right, so that's what I've got there. That's what I'm gonna have my particles turn into. So, if I drag this along to here, open up my keyframes on my black solid again, and I want to drag this to around about where those keyframes are. There. Drag that there, so press page down, it should appear. Right, yeah. And that's when it starts to displace. Right, if I go open up the drop down for your text, go transform and keyframe opacity, then collapse that again and press U so it just opens up opacity. And I want to create a new keyframe over here, but I want to put the opacity at 100. Oh, wrong one. Sorry about that. I want to put the opacity at 100. Go back to here and bring the opacity up. Bring the opacity down to 0. so that as it goes along, the words fade in. They should anyway. Right. Okay. So once it's like that, you can hide that layer just to make it render faster. And basically, in the text, we want to go to Effect, Trapcode, Form again. Right, for tutorial purposes, the opacity, I'm going to put it up to 100. Oh, this is bugging me. Right, yeah. So undo that and remove form from your thing. You want to go to layer, new, solid, make comp size, okay. Then see how I'm doing for time. Oh god, this is a long one. Yeah. You want to go, when you've got your new layer, go to Effect, Trapcode, Form. Now you want to do a lot of the stuff similar. Size X 1280, size Y 720, size Z 0, particles in X. I'm gonna half it this time, by the way, so 640 I think, and 360. Right, now that I've done that, I want to go to fractal field. I want to keyframe the displace. I want to go to flow Z, put 50, F scale 15, then bring that back down. Then layer maps, color and alpha. The layer I want to choose is the text layer. And you want to choose RGBA to RGBA, map over XY. So then it comes up with that. And if I close that down, it should still be there. Yeah. Right. That's it really. Displacement, I don't need to edit that. Right, so on this thing, basically what I want to do is I've opened up my keyframes on this new layer, and that's displace. On here I want to put a big displace. Right, caption that. Don't do that. You want to go back to fractal field and click XYZ individual, and then keyframe XYZ thing there. Bring up your thing again, and what you want to do is, I'm terrible at this, put the same things in that you did before, the 3000, 3000, 3000. Right, once that's like that, you want to keep it like that until you reach the end here, and then you want to bring it back to 0, 0, 0. So it kind of forms into that. Right, now on this one, open up your keyframe again, and we want to change this. We want to find a place where the form has nearly come together. there. You just want to put the opacity one keyframe after there, and then this opacity the keyframe that it's on. Duh, 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 duh. So if you go page up, it should fade in like that. And basically, gonna remove these keyframes, and I'll go page up. Stay where we are. Yeah, sorry about this. And then put the opacity up to 100, and then go page up twice, and put the opacity to 0. Right, there we go, sorted. Sorry about that. And that means it'll just fade in, and then go like that. And what this does, right, what this does is it kind of merges the video into text. So if we go into black solid again, go to particle and stopwatch opacity, and then bring this down and click U again, so it brings them all up with opacity. This you want to put as 100, and then this one, the first keyframe, if I can get it, yeah, bring it down to 0. Once that's done, you can bring up this other black solid, and it will take time to render. I'm sick of it, but I mean, what can you do about it? Once this is brought up, if you get to about here, and that should fade into less particles if it'll render in time. This is gonna end up being a half-an-hour video, isn't it? Oh, fuck's sake. I'll have to edit some bits out, like, you know, and then that'll bring that in, and hopefully them particles will fade out and these others will show up, and that's the effect you're looking for. Yep, it fades out, defade in, and essentially kind of morphs the two. Yep, and then turns into text. What I suggest is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these 3 displays keyframes along a bit, just so there tends to be more particles when they become visible, and it'll just be a better merge. I won't be able to show you it now, but you'll notice when if you follow through this tutorial, if you follow along this tutorial, then you will notice that it tends to merge better. So that's basically this tutorial. I know it's been a long one. Thanks for listening. Still need to get used to the whole tutorial idea, but nevertheless, hopefully I should improve. Yeah, on my page I've got a suggestions box. Just leave some suggestions of tutorials you want to see. After Effects, Sony Vegas, Photoshop, C4D, and any one of them. Maybe even Buju, but there's plenty of Buju tutorials out there, because it's only really used for one thing. So there's plenty out there. Visit my website, KrakatoaDesignsHD. It's got like downloadable packs. It's got my portfolio if you want to take a look. It's got my prices for not just YouTube GFX, but all my other freelance work. And yeah, I think that'll be it. So thanks for listening, and subscribe for more in-depth tutorials and more specific tutorials rather than a generic editing tutorial that's 10 minutes long. Long tutorials on small things just to cover all details. While I babble on about bullshit. Yeah. So so thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.